Welcome back into Movement Parallels Life. I'm Kellen Mylad, and these are ground movements for longevity. Today, we're going to look at the foot hand crawl position, and we're going to particularly focus on this contralateral opposite hand foot balance. Crawling is really challenging, so just be patient with yourself. You want to take the time to put in quality practice rather than just struggling through these movements. So, wherever you're at, be there, work on those progressions, and the rest will unlock. So we're going to start with the basics, and then we're going to build from there. So starting off, before we even get into that crawl position, you're going to begin on hands and knees. Spread your fingers, press your palms into the floor. Keep your arms locked out with elbow pits spun forward, and actively push into the ground so you're not melting into your shoulders, but your shoulder blades are spread across your back. And again, you're not fully rounded here, but just a strong position. Get yourself rooted and begin to shift your weight forward, backward, sideways, and in circles. You might take more time to warm up, but it's important to progressively warm up your hands and wrists, especially because everyday life doesn't ask us to load weight like this too often. So before you get too deep into crawling, just take some time, give your hands and wrists some love. Okay, next, just setting up the crawl position first. Get yourself centered, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, actively pressing through the arms, braced midsection, and creating length from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. Tuck your toes, lift your knees to hover off the ground. I'm just gonna spend a few seconds here, maintain the strength, but also relaxed breathing. Knees down, rest for a moment. It's always good to just wiggle around a little bit to loosen up between sets. So next progression, we'll come back to the crawl position, lift the foot, and then the opposite hand maybe comes up to the fingertips, lifts off, holds for a few moments, then come back down. Lift the opposite foot up to the front fingertips, find the balance, release the hand, hold for a few moments, set the hand and foot down, and then rest. So we can work the balance by dialing in how we're lifting the foot and then taking the hand away, maintaining the balance. And then as you progress, you'll be able to find that balance a little bit more quickly. Foot, fingertips, take the hand away. You'll get that to the point where you can just simultaneously lift the opposite handed foot. Again, want to be able to maintain the base position, lift those two limbs without changing too much, without lifting the hips up high here, without losing balance. So that simultaneous lift from our crawl position, simultaneously take the hand and foot away, replace, and switch. Staying low and long in the process. One more each side. Switch, and quick rest. So that's our basic contralateral hold, balance hold in the crawl position. From there, we'll go on, we'll add the next layer, extending the limbs and adding some movement. Crawl position, opposite hand foot balance. Then now, extend the arm and leg, sweep them out to the side, come back in, opposite side balance, extend, and sweep. Hand and foot down. Quick rest. Relax and breathe. It's a really challenging one. So we start to extend each of those limbs and have to control the movement through space. So take your time, get your breathing under control. We'll try one more variation there. The arm and leg are going to extend and then come together, extending and then flexing. Lift up, opposite hand foot balance, extend outward, collapse inward. Extend and crunch. One more time. Crunch. Bring it down and switch. Balance, extend, bring it in. Out, in, out, crunch, and come down. Relax, breathe. Next piece, we're going to take that balance and add some rotation. Keep resting if you need it, otherwise we'll jump into the next one. From that hand, opposite hand foot balance, we're going to rotate away from the support arm and back. Balance, rotate, away, back, plant and switch. Balance, rotation through, back, switch. So one thing you might notice here is the foot is going to pivot from the toes down to being flat and back. Balance, rotate, we can rotate through, plant the hand and foot to pause for a moment and come back. We'll come back to that rotation in just a moment. We'll add another piece in before that. From our crawl position, we're going to dynamically switch the 2 points of support. So I've got the balance, and then I'm going to push off through the foot to lift and switch. Quick rest. Try one more set there. Crawl position, balance. We're gonna have this lift, sinking down and lifting up, and a quick switch of the hands and feet. That's a challenging one. Work up to that one progressively. Okay, last variation. So bring together a few different pieces and just let you open up your space, explore your movement a little bit more. And again, it's going to keep your practice fun and engaging while giving you a lot of diverse movement, different angles, different stretches, different loading patterns. That diversity is so key to making sure that we stay moving well. Now from our crawl position, balance, we're going to take the hand and foot out to the side and then lift, bring the hands and feet close together. And this gives us, when we link those strides, stepping wide and stepping close, we've got a rotational crawling pattern. We're also going to add in this pass under switch. We can link those together. Pass under, our crab crawler inverted position. Switch to the other side and follow through. Rotational crawl. Pass under, rotational crawl. So I'm already working up a sweat. When it comes to crawling, it really doesn't take much. And that's one of my favorite things about crawling work, quadrupedal work, is that we've got this, you've got the element that's like a workout where you can feel the strength and conditioning behind it. And at the same time, there's also Crawling has so much value in terms of reinforcing your body, the restorative side of movement, making sure that your shoulders stay balanced and stable, your core stays integrated, your lower body stays mobile and strong. So there's so much value, but it is really hard. But it's potent medicine. You don't need to be crawling for hours on end, but 5, 10, 15 minutes of practice, building in your rest into that time, it's a great everyday movement so you don't need to be crawling forever, but just 5, 10, 15 minutes of practice, build your rest into that, be consistent with it, and you're getting those restorative benefits, you're getting the workout benefits. Crawling is one of the best ways to make sure that you can keep some fitness in your life in those times when you're super busy, you've got a lot going on in your life. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming through to crawl with me. Enjoy your movement, keep on flowing, and I'll see you in the next practice.